Hello everyone, I want to talk about client application demonstration. For all the client applications, the user interface will be exactly the same like what I shown here. The number on the left hand side is confusing. It basically means the order of the operations. This goes the same for other tabs. The term local refers to either operations done on client side or operations done without involving with private data. The term communication refers to operations done between authorized users and node operator. I will start with node ops local. If you recall last video, I have stated about double seeds and secret keys. What I will suggest in this case is to do the operations that were labeled with 1 or 2 on the left hand side. Of course, without seeds created or without secret keys created, viewing or changing seeds will not be possible. For the operations labeled 3, they share the same folders to read and write data. The folders will ask seed data to be encrypted, SC encrypted data, and SC decrypted data. When running on the Compile ON application, you can have one on it, but you do need to know all operations in node ops local were considered secret and private. As some form of reminder, you need to encrypt the MAC and encryption secret key with MAC and encryption seeds. The authorized user's private information need to be encrypted with encrypted encryption and MAC secret keys. Create double seeds or change or view seeds is a list of binary data to be inputted into the server application source code. Communicating over the internet like sending unencrypted authorized users private keys is not recommended. Hence, node ops communication can be used. Will KX key pair have 2 text boxes to be used? The first is primarily used on server side, whereas the latter is primarily used on authorized users communication. For both of these text boxes, you can see this symbol. Inside each text box, the first half refers to key exchange, public key aimed for MSC purpose, whereas the other half aimed for encryption purpose. The folder ending with credentials store all the info required in performing cryptographic operations. For this tab, CC encrypted data and CC decrypted data folder will be used. For view DSA key pair, the first half refers to node public key, whereas the second half refers to node operators out of band public key. The OOB public key can be optionally hard-coded to the server application. For OOB ops local, assuming the info so far established in an out of band manner, then that part can be used for doing simple authentication among users. There are three tabs which are COT Ops, Sign Up Local, and OOB Ops Local. I will start with COT Ops. The first operation will always be server IP configuration. This server or node IP address must be public IP address in my case. If the server or node IP address is private, then make sure your Windows or whatever OS device is in the same private network. For remaining operations, label 2, as authorized user, you need to wait for the other top level server or node to finish signing your submitted information. On the sign up local, encrypt signing private key needs to rely on node operators' public keys. The sealed box encrypted information is inside a folder called encrypted keys. I know I skip a lot of information, but I think it's okay to be explored on the client or end user or node operator side before letting the app going live. What you have explored and executed so far can apply the same logic to ML's AU and ONApp. In ML's EU client application, there are three tabs which are COT Ops, Sign Up, and OOB Ops Local. The first thing needs to be done is configuring the server's IP address on COT Ops. Once the app registered server's IP address, you need to navigate to Sign Up. You can do the steps accordingly, and the info will automatically be submitted to the server side. One thing needs to be known is the change user info. If the ML's authorized user does not sign your submitted information yet, then changing your information changes almost all information on server side. If the ML's authorized user does sign your submitted information, then only OOB, PK, and contact will be changed. Back to COT Ops. You can only fetch and verify certificate if the authorized users to sign your submitted information. That's it, and again sorry for the confusions that might arise during this video. If nothing goes wrong, the next video will be the last video.